Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host. Live. Live with CDP Sports.
Good morning.
Live with CDP Sports Talk.
Just one second. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live with CD. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Just one second, everybody. I believe there's an echo on my end, so I do apologize. So welcome to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment. I'm going to try re-signing on. Just good morning, everybody. There is an echo on my part, so one second. This is on me. All right, all right. One second. I trying to figure out this 1 second. This is on me, and I do apologize. So, guys, you know what? It doesn't matter how many years you've been doing something. I forgot to close off a page, so I apologize, everyone. Welcome to season 7, or sorry, welcome to season 13, episode 47, overall 707 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Gulf Automall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, again, has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969 and has been a proud sponsor of this show for the last 3.5 years. Again, I do apologize, guys, for the technical glitches there. It doesn't matter how many years you've been doing something or how many shows you've done. I do apologize for that. So we're going to get our guest on today. He's a friend of mine, friend of the shows. This is his 6th appearance. He's a Syracuse alumni, and he is with Financial Architects in Michigan, and he's also the host of the Locked On Lions podcast, and he's a Detroit media and Cleveland media personality, Matt Dery, and we're going to bring him on right now. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
What's up, Chris? Good to see you, brother. 6th appearance? Okay.
6th appearance, yes. And I do apologize for that glitch. I just did another show. I just did another show before you, and I forgot to close one of my pages. So that's why you heard echoing in the back. So you know what? No matter how long you've been doing something, things happen, and I just managed to get around it. But yeah, 6th appearance, Matt. Hard to believe in 5 years.
Good to see you, my friend. And a lot going on here. Obviously, Lions just finished up the draft and getting ready for some offseason workouts, Pistons, Cavs, Tigers. It's a lot. So it's all good.
Lot going on. And I have some news for you too, Matt, being a Syracuse alumni. Syracuse Orange, I still call them the Orange Man, but the Syracuse Orange are going to be taking Wake Forest on at BMO Field in Toronto on August 28th or the 29th.
I saw this. Very exciting. Maybe you'll get an appearance from yours truly up in I may have to come up to my favorite country and see you.
Yes, because I do media work for the Toronto Argonauts, and I'm at BMO Field, and it's a beautiful site. And actually, they're going to be hosting, I think, 6 World Cup soccer games here as well. So I don't know if they're going to keep the extension seating. It normally seats about 30,000, but for the World Cup, they had to add another 15,000 temporary seats. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep those extra 15,000 for Syracuse and Wake Forest. And I'm still getting used to calling them the Orange. I just grew up calling them the Orange Men.
I know. Same here. I mean, obviously, when I was in school, there was the mid 90s, and we were the Orange Men for a long time. I get the change that was made. And hey, now that Jerry McNamara is back, there's a little bit of a buzz about the basketball program for the first time in a while up there. So that's good.
Speaking of basketball, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines winning their first championship since 1989.
How about that? What a job that Dusty May did. And look, when you have success, you know what happens after that. The phone starts ringing, and I don't think he's going to leave, but already hearing rumblings about the Orlando Magic being interested in him. But man, that was an unbelievable run for a dominant team. You know, you talk about Michigan and the Wolverines and what, you know, the school's all about. It always starts with the big house, Bo Schembechler, the football tradition that is there, and recently with Jim Harbaugh. But now that basketball program is just top notch. It's high level. And in this day and age of NIL and all of this stuff, to have to immediately change your roster every year, Dusty May is a magician. He's done a whale of a job.
Matt, what are your thoughts on the NCAA increasing the tournament, the number of teams for both men's and women's? I just wanted to get your thoughts.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's unnecessary. I think 68 is fine. More teams. What I get it. You want more games, you want more network coverage, you want more money. That's what it's about, Chris. It's all about money. But you looked at this year's NCAA tournament, you saw there were some of the teams that got in late and were the last to make it were really not good teams. Are you going to add 4 or 5 or 8 more? I think it's a joke. I think 68 is plenty, in my opinion.
Matt, what are your thoughts on the passing of Pat Caputo, I guess at 67, I guess from cancer, and the impact he had on talk radio in Detroit over the years?
Yeah, you know, obviously I worked with Pat at 2 stops, WDFN and 97 Won the Ticket. Anytime you lose somebody to cancer, you're thinking about the family, his wife Lori and their family. I mean, 67 and cancer like this is just immensely sad. I know Pat had a lot of friends in the media and covered a lot of teams. You know, Pat was the beat writer for the Tigers for a long time in the Oakland Press, beat writer for the Lions for the Oakland Press for a long time. And like I said, I've never seen a guy that was willing to work shifts like he was on radio. This guy could get a phone call saying, "We need you on a Saturday night at 9:00," and he would drive from up north. I think he was up in Lake Orion or the Clarkston area down to wherever the radio station was. He was always willing to be on the air no matter what. And certainly sad for his family.
And Jamie Samuelson passed away a number of years ago, too, much too young as well. And Pat, I never got a chance to have him on my show, but I did interact with him a couple times on Twitter X, and we got to talk about the Tigers Blue Jays rivalry from the 80s and how good it was. And I really appreciate Pat's time on X.
Yeah, Pat loved baseball. No question about it. Loved the Tigers and loved talking baseball. He would watch AA games, single A games on his laptop to learn about the prospects. He geeked out on baseball for sure.
What made Pat such a great radio broadcaster? What made him so good in media?
Well, like I said, he was always willing to be on and always wanted to be at events, whether it was, you know, hockey games. He loved the wing, you know, he loved covering the Wings. His true love was definitely baseball, but this was a guy that just loved to work. And like I said, I mean, any shift you would hear Pat on a Sunday night, or I should say a Friday night at 1 a.m. on 97.1. Then you wake up Saturday morning, 10 in the morning. There he is. I mean, he just loved to be on the air and work and took all those shifts, man. He didn't want vacation time. He just went and kept working.
Hey, Matt, what are your thoughts on the Pistons and Cavaliers? And I've known you for 5 years on here, and this is probably the first time I've talked to you about the Pistons and just how much they mean to the city of Detroit, and it's good to see a strong Pistons team back in the NBA.
Yeah, it really is. The resurgence, I think, starts and ends with Trajan Langdon. The general manager has done a whale of a job. He has found the right coach in JB Bickerstaff, who I think will win Coach of the Year. And you watch the synergy that these guys have, how hard they play each and every night. And they might not have the greatest talent. You know, right now they're relying on guys like Duncan Robinson, who the Miami Heat didn't want to keep, Tobias Harris, whom the Sixers let walk. You've got a superstar in Cade Cunningham. Don't get me wrong. This is a top 5 to 10 player in the league and maybe will win the MVP. I mean, he's that good. But after that, Trajan Langdon has built a roster here over the last couple of years that just, they gel and it's fun to watch. And this turnaround has been amazing because it was just a couple of years ago. This team was, setting records for the longest losing streak in NBA history. And now they are on their way, it looks like, to the Eastern Conference Finals, up 2-0 on Cleveland. Cavs have no answer right now for the Pistons and just matching that intensity. And look, I know the series doesn't start until someone wins a road game. I get that. Maybe Cleveland wins the next two and makes it interesting, but I don't see it. I think the Pistons are the better team, and they just seem to have the it factor right now. And looks like Pistons Knicks in a couple of weeks will be something else.
How much credit should Tom Gores get as well? I know for years the fans said sell the team, but he did eat Monty Williams' big contract, and he did hire Langdon and JB Bickerstaff. I just wanted to get your thoughts on Tom Gores as an owner.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start for him. When he took over for Mr. Davidson at the Palace and moved the team downtown, which I was against at the time. I understand why. I just thought the Palace was fantastic. He himself had put $50 million into renovating the building. That Oakland County crowd and the Palace was something else, man. There was nothing like when there was 22,076 in that building. With that being said, Tom has learned from his past mistakes and now has put really good people in place, like we said, with Langdon and with Bickerstaff. And you got to give him credit for that. And now they're enjoying the fruits of their labor here. They made some good draft picks under Troy Weaver, but now they really kind of have it humming, and it's been fun to watch. They play the right way. They play hard. They won 60 games in the regular season and really rarely took a night off in a league where nights off are almost the norm these days in the NBA. And they're going to be a tough out the rest of the way here because they battle you and they defend too, which has been fun to watch.
What was the turning point in that series between the Pistons and Orlando from your perspective?
Well, two things, Chris. Number one, let's be honest here. Franz Wagner's injury just really hurt the Magic. It really did. He stays in that series. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Magic win that series because of Wagner, but it would help to have a guy that's scoring 19 a game and defending Cade Cunningham. So when he went out with a leg injury and didn't play in games 5 through 7, that was a huge break for the Pistons. But I also think Jalen Duren really struggled the first 4 games of that series. They're down 3-1. Duren is being called out by media members and fans like, hey, man, wake up. You were an all-star player. And you could watch really the tide turn for him in that 5th game. He blocked a couple shots. He was protecting the rim, got a couple of offensive rebounds, and it just kind of energized the rest of the team. So when Jalen Duren is on his game, and like I said, protecting the rim, getting some touches, some dunks. He had the 2 big dunks in game 1 against the Cavs that kind of turned the tide in a 93-93 game, made it 97-93. When he's going, that's that second guy with Cade Cunningham, along with Tobias Harris, that really kind of energizes the team. And I think when Duren's doing his thing, it makes the Pistons tough to beat.
Do you feel Duren's injury might have been a little bit of a factor in the first round?
It's possible, but he was out there. But he just did not seem like himself. And that was one of the reasons why they were down 3-1. But I think now it looks like he's back to form here. And like we talked about, 2 close games of the Cavs here wasn't the greatest optically, but fourth quarters have been all Detroit in this series so far. And the Cavs, their biggest problem is James Harden. He's just been abysmal. And that's not a surprise to people that have followed James Harden's career, unfortunately.
One good thing about Duren, obviously they want him to score 20 points a game that he was doing in the regular season. But I've noticed in the last this 5 game winning streak, Cade's obviously been great, but they've gotten scoring from Harris, Robinson, even Thompson is contributing a little bit more offensively too. I just wanted your thoughts on the more balanced attack that the Pistons have had so far.
And obviously Dennis Jenkins too, coming off the bench. He's been huge the first 2 games of this series, and he brings an energy off that bench that, I'm not going to compare him to Vinnie Johnson or do any of that talk, but man, has he been good the first couple games. And yeah, you got to score the ball in this day and age of the NBA, and sometimes have to win games in the 120s. Playoffs a little bit different, certainly slow down in defense, but you referenced Tobias Harris. I mean, he was discarded out of Philly, booed as a Sixer in his last year there. And what a great dude. Like, the players love him. He's playing great. What is it now? 7 straight games scoring 20 points. I mean, what a shot in the arm he has been for this franchise.
And one thing I've noticed too, the Pistons have been a little bit better lately with the turnovers. So there were some games they're turning the ball over 20, 22, 24 times. I've noticed they've cut down the turnovers a bit as well.
Yeah, that was a big problem with the Cavs the other night in game 1 when they turned it over 21 times, cost them 30 points. When you're James Harden dribbling the ball to the other team, Chris, I don't care who the other team is, they get extra possessions. And the Pistons, and I think you've seen this under J.B. Bickerstaff the last couple of years, really value the ball. Cade Cunningham is strong with the ball. He's a big dude anyway. He's not your normal 6'2", 6'3" point guard. He's handling it at 6'6", 6'7". And yeah, that's how you win. If you handle the ball and play good defense, you're gonna win a lot of games.
Matt, what do you expect from the Cavaliers in game 3? Obviously, they're playing Saturday at 3:00, so on short notice. But do you expect the Cavaliers to come out much stronger to start the game 3? Because to me, you don't want to fall behind all 3.
No, they have to win this game. They really have to win the next game too, to be honest with you. I don't see a team beating the Pistons 4 out of 5. That's hard to do. And Cavs had their chances in both games here in Detroit. Like I said, they were tied at 93 with 4 minutes to go in game 1. They were down 1 last night with 4 or 5 minutes to go. But they're going to play like their hair is on fire. I think this is going to be game 3 that has to be like a Donovan Mitchell 35-point game, something like that, where he says, screw it. I'm the all-star here. I'm the franchise player, and I've got to do what I've got to do to elevate our team for a night. He's going to have to go for 30 plus, I think, if the Cavs are going to win.
Any chance the Pistons could have a bit of a letdown being up 2-0, or do you think Bickerstaff won't let these guys let the 2-0 lead go to their heads?
I mean, I don't know. I think if the Pistons lose game 3 tomorrow, it's because the Cavs just outplayed them. I don't know if Detroit's going to go in there and go, all right, we know if we just get 1 here, we come home for game 5 and wrap it up in 5 games. I don't know if they're going to have that. I don't think they're going to have that mindset at all. And here's the other thing, Chris. J.B. Bickerstaff would love nothing more than to eliminate the Cavs in Cleveland, in the arena where he used to coach. I mean, the Cavs fired him 2 years ago, and no one's talking about this enough. That sticks with you. And I don't know about, there's a lot of rumors, reports. Maybe it was a Donovan Mitchell thing where he went to Dan Gilbert and the ownership and the GM Kobe Altman and said, get me a new coach. But, J.B. Bickerstaff had pretty good success with the Cavs, and they let him go. And so now he's getting a little bit of a revenge here. I think there'd be nothing. He would love to sweep them and eliminate that team in that building. That would be pretty sweet for that coach.
Matt, in your opinion, what is J.B. Bickerstaff's biggest strengths as a head coach of the Detroit Pistons specifically?
You know what? I just think that the players are bought in. They were not bought into the previous coach. You referenced Chris Monty Williams earlier. That was an unmitigated disaster with Williams running the team. And look, Monty had success in other stops, including in Phoenix, but it just seemed like here, he didn't want to be here. They had made him that big offer at first. He turned him down, and they came back with the most money of any coach in the NBA, and he took it. But I don't know if his heart was really in it. J.B. Bickerstaff is on a mission for this team to have this identity of playing hard, defending, diving for loose balls. They are very tight-knit. And I think he's put his stamp on it. and doesn't accept anything less. You asked about game 3 and a letdown. I don't think there's going to be one. They lose game 3, it's because the Cavs just outplayed them. But I think the Pistons show up, and I've not seen a team in the regular season in this sport. Maybe Oklahoma City does it too out west, but normally, like we said, there are mail-in games. There are just nights where guys rest. And, the Pistons they've had this identity all year. They're going to be a tough playing team every single night, whether it's a January game, December game, or a playoff game. They've got that identity, and it's nice to watch.
Do you see a little bit of similarities between Thompson and Rodman? Obviously, Rodman's the greatest rebounder in Pistons history, but I really like the way this kid Thompson plays. He hustles, especially on both ends of the court, and he's even contributing a little bit offensively too.
I'm not ready, Chris, to go that far. I'll compare Asar Thompson to Tayshaun Prince a little bit.
Okay,
maybe not as
fair enough.
Maybe not as good of a jump shot yet, but the chase down blocks, the length, help defense, stopping people, that's what Tayshaun did. And Asar Thompson is right there. I mean, I watched the Cavs players so far the first 2 games. When they're going to the rim, they see Jalen Duren and they're ready to chest up to him. But they're you see the Cavs kind of looking behind, like, where's Thompson? Is Asar going to come and block a shot? He's got those instincts around the rim and makes it very difficult for opposing players to score close to the basket. So I'd more compare him to what Tayshaun used to do with his length defensively and blocking shots and the chase down blocks, that obviously the famous one with Reggie Miller many years ago in 2004, which helped them win a championship. It's that kind of player I see as a comparison.
How important do you feel was it facing adversity without Cade for 3 weeks with the collapse long and then the 3-1 deficit to Orlando? Do you feel having Cade out of the lineup for a couple weeks helped this team gel?
I think it helped Dennis Jenkins, to be honest. I think that kid has a lot of confidence. Not that he wasn't playing when Cade was there before the injury, before the lung situation, but I just think that kid now has so much confidence because he had to start games when Cade was out. He played a lot of minutes, and now that Cade's back, he's kind of in that 6th or 7th man role right now that's working great for him. And so, yeah, I think the whole league was stunned when it came out that Cade was going to be missing some time. I think people went, all right, Pistons are out. It's going to be Celtics Knicks in the Eastern Finals. And the Pistons put that up on the bulletin board. And they said, wow, we're being disrespected again. And then Cade came back. He was back in time for the end of the regular season, now the playoffs. And he's playing at such a high level. He really is. But this team just seems to have a crazy mojo around them right now. And I think they would tell you too, Chris, they could play better. They still haven't played their best game yet, even in this series or even in the playoffs. Maybe game 6, second half against the Magic. But I think they could play better too. And that's scary if you're the other team.
The Pistons come back against Orlando, 24 points. In terms of Detroit sports teams' playoff comebacks, where would you rank that? Would that be number 1?
Oh, geez, Chris. Playoff comebacks. Oh, man. Well, I mean, obviously the 03 team, or was it 02 team? The year that Rick Carlisle's team in 03 that went to the conference finals, they were down 3-1 in the Magic, came back and won that series. That was pretty cool. As far as single game comebacks, I mean, everybody remembers the Wings Avalanche March 26th game, which I know was a regular season hockey game, but remember the Wings were down in that game, came back, and then got the McCarty goal in overtime. That's just a game that everybody remembers. But as far as like comebacks in the playoffs, that coming back from 24 down to win that game and force a game 7, you're right. That's got to be right near the top. I mean, pretty special to do that too on the road.
To me, that was like the Houston Oilers blowing a 35-3 lead against the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills that day were without Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas. And to me, that showed the Pistons a lot of character. Because I have to admit, I was like, oh, they're down 24, down 3-2. It's over. And then they came back, and I don't know what else to say. I know 2007, they came back from 19 points on the road against the Chicago Bulls. So this is obviously their number one comeback. The Bulls
Yeah.
with 19 points. Hey, Matt, before I let you go in like 5 minutes, just quick thoughts on the Knicks and Sixers. Do you see the Sixers getting back into the series at all?
I do not. If Joel Embiid is not healthy, forget it. I think the Knicks are on a mission right now. They are playing as well as anybody in the league, East or West, and are pummeling teams. And I know they had a little bit of a hiccup in the first round against the Hawks, but Jalen Brunson, that team, we'll see about the injury to Anunoby. That's a big one. If he's not healthy, they need him. But I don't think Philly expounded so much energy in that first round to get by Boston. I think that was a big, huge deal for them. But I don't know if they've got enough to beat the Knicks. I just don't.
If the Pistons meet the Knicks, obviously the Pistons are going to be the underdogs of the number one seed. Do you remember that happening often if these two teams meet?
Well, look, Vegas says what they say, and you're right. The betting favorite will probably be New York, even though they're not the one seed, and the Pistons will have home court. Knicks last year in the playoffs obviously beat the Pistons, and that series was a lot closer than people thought. The games were a lot closer than you thought. No Beef Stew in that series. He was hurt. I think it'll be an unbelievable, dogfight. I really do. But again, when the Knicks get a lot of hype, they get a lot of ink. The national media will be all over New York. But keep doubting the Pistons. They love that stuff. They eat it with a spoon. It's a big motivator for them.
And in the West, do you see anybody beating the Oklahoma Thunder?
I think the Spurs could beat them, but if this Spurs Timberwolves series goes 7, that will be a lot to ask of the Spurs to turn right around and have to beat Oklahoma City. San Antonio needs to handle their business here quickly against Minnesota. And that's not going to be easy because the Timberwolves are very good. But no, I think Oklahoma City is getting to the finals again. I just think they're so deep. They know how to win. They've got arguably the best player in SGA, and that'll be tough for anybody to beat that team.
As for the Lakers, obviously, I feel Oklahoma's going to sweep them. Do you feel this is going to be the end of LeBron James?
No, I think he's back for one more year, and it would not surprise me if he goes back to Cleveland one last time. I know that's going to be very difficult to do financially, but it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. I think LeBron has shown here in the playoffs so far with a great first-round series, especially, that there's more left in the tank for him. But I'm not sure it's going to be with the Lakers next year.
Hey, Matt, just quick thoughts. I know the Sixers are not going to get by the Knicks, but just having the Sixers, the Pistons, and even the Sabres, having those three markets back in the playoffs, it's just been great to watch.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Anytime that Philly team, and I know you're a big Eagles fan. I just think the Sixer fans and the hatred that they had for the Celtics, the disdain they have for the Knicks, rivalries is what we miss sometimes. We just do. The hugging and the handshaking that goes on after these games. And I haven't seen it as much in the playoffs, which has been nice, but we're starting to get a budding rivalry with Pistons Knicks, Sixers being back. You're right. And man, the Sabres, I mean, now you know what I'm about to say, Chris, it's time for the Red Wings to get back to the postseason. I mean, this is an absolute joke that
10
they have
years.
been out of the playoffs for 10 years. I mean, if you or me were the general manager for this long,
We'd be gone.
Gone. But the captain gets his free pass, and that's fine. But man, how do you go a decade without Hockey Town having a playoff team? That is just unacceptable.
Speaking of Chris Illich's other team, the Detroit Tigers, Matt, just brief thoughts on the Tigers and the Scudro injury. Now he's going to be out 2-3 months. Should they have traded him but in the offseason? Because now he's going to be coming back from another surgery, and $400 million, man, that's a lot of money.
It is, and he's not going to be here next year. And now you really can't trade him at the trade deadline either if he's coming off of the surgery. There's been reports it's 2 to 3 months. There's been reports now it's only going to be 6 weeks. I give the Tigers credit for going for it and getting Framber Valdez, who was a disaster the other night. But, they're trying to win this year. Did they do enough? We'll have to see. In this division, anything's possible. There's one team in the division right now, the Guardians, my boys, who are game over 500. Everybody else is below 500. So the Tigers can stay afloat here until Skubal comes back, they still got a shot. They've got a good enough team and a good enough nucleus to win that division. Then you get into the tournament and anything can happen. But to say, well, they should have traded him, I like that they kept him. It just went to show that they believe they can win. But if he's not healthy, they can't. They need him healthy and back.
Other than the Yankees, I find the American League's up for grabs this year. Obviously, the
Oh,
Yankees are
yeah.
playing well. Tampa Bay is actually doing what they normally do. But to me, the Blue Jays are a disappointment. Boston, they've been bad except for sweeping the Tigers. And the American League Central is terrible. But the White Sox are even in it this year, too.
White Sox are coming. They're coming. They got a good young nucleus. Murakami's a stud. Colson Montgomery's really good. The Blue Jays, Chris, I'm telling you, are going to be fine. They'll be in the playoffs. They've had so many injuries. I mean, they played the Guardians a couple weekends ago and actually took 2 out of 3, but that lineup, I mean, no Lucas, no Springer. They've had a lot of guys out. And I think once they get healthy, I think Toronto will be fine.
And Matt, finally, just quick thoughts on the Lions draft. Do you feel Brad Holmes addressed a lot of needs for this Lions team from your
He
perspective?
absolutely did, Chris. Love that he went tackle and edge with the first two picks. Blake Miller at 17 is going to be excellent at right tackle. I really like the pick. I have no issue with trading up a little bit to get Derek Moore at 44. I don't know if he's going to be some stud that sacks quarterback 10 times as a rookie, but filling needs and getting players that you had to grab to help you this year. Right tackle, edge opposite of Hutchinson. Really, really good job by the Lions. And we'll see about Jimmy Rolder too, the 4th round pick. And he win a job and be one of the starting linebackers, fighting with Malcolm Rodriguez for that second inside linebacker spot. So I like what the Lions did. They got the easiest schedule in the league. Still got a lot of very good weapons and a lot of young talent there with Hutchinson and Sewell. All those guys are signed long-term. I think the Lions will bounce back this year. I'm excited to see what they do.
Thoughts on David Montgomery? I believe he signed with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, they traded him. Remember, Chris, I think Montgomery really was unhappy with his touches last year. Look, when you play next to Jahmyr Gibbs and you're behind Jahmyr Gibbs, what are you going to do? There's really not a lot they could do. And so they figured it was time to ship him out. They got 2 draft picks for him and a backup offensive lineman that will help for depth and in Juice Scruggs. So I think Montgomery's going to flourish in Houston. He'll get touches down there and do well. The Pistons, the Lions will miss him, but I think the Lions did the right thing by letting him go.
And just quick thoughts on what Howie Roseman did with the Eagles and drafting Mekhi Lemon.
Only Howie Roseman, your boy, Chris, only your guy can pick up the phone and interrupt the Steelers drafting Mekhi Lemon and steal him away by moving up with none other than Jerry Jones to make that happen. That was just vintage Eagles. I love how aggressive Philly is. Win or lose, they always are trying to win and always trying to get better. And they make some mistakes. They take some risks, but I thought that was one of the more entertaining parts of the evening. Lemon's on the phone with the Steelers. Boom, here comes Howie, and Howie grabs him. And that kid's got talent. And the AJ Brown rumors and everything else, that's a kid that can really play.
I still don't expect to see AJ Brown there. I expect him to be traded, but to trade him to New England, you think other teams would be interested in AJ Brown besides the Patriots? That's what's shocking about it.
Well, there's teams like the Lions that don't want anything to do with a player like AJ Brown. He has been a distraction off the field. He's a talented guy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there are teams like Detroit. Detroit will not pick up a guy like that. They want locker room harmony. They don't want me guys. And so there's that stigma with AJ, but we'll see if that deal goes down. Right now, Howie, your guy says he's staying put, so we'll see.
And Matt, finally, just quick thoughts on the PWHL and the WNBA coming to Detroit. Do you think these teams will do well in Detroit in this market now?
I hope so. I'm rooting for it. I called the Shock games many years ago on the radio when the WNBA was originally here at the Palace, and I run into and see my good friend Deanna Nolan all the time, one of the former players here, and everybody's excited. I think that's cool. The WNBA has really grown with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Why not have it in Detroit? I think it's great. Getting a women's professional hockey team here, I think, is also cool. What's wrong with that? I think it's exciting. I don't know that much about the women's hockey league. I'm going to learn more But I think that is really great, and props to the Illiches and the Wings for dipping their toe into that.
I would like to see a National Lacrosse League team in Detroit as well. Indoor lacrosse. You guys had a team in the 90s called the Detroit Turbos, and they played at Joe Louis, but they didn't last. So I'm hoping eventually Detroit will get an indoor lacrosse league because it's a combination of hockey, basketball, and football, and it is such a great sport.
You're asking for a lot of teams now here, Chris.
Detroit's one of the best sports markets.
It is, no doubt. But we got women's WNBA and hockey coming. Now Chris Palme calling for indoor lacrosse.
Yes.
The man wants all of his sports here. Hey, why not? Let's do it.
That's a new sport I've been covering the last 4 years, and these guys
cool.
are great athletes, and it's really skill sport, and hopefully that'll go as well. Hey, Matt, as we leave and wrap this show up, what's the latest on Financial Architects, and where can our audience find you on social media?
So I run marketing and business development for Financial Architects. We've been around for 40 years, a macroeconomic planning firm. We always tell people, we hope to simplify the complexity of their money decisions. Everybody makes decisions based on their money and what they do daily. And we certainly help with that. And people always can reach out to me via email at mdery, Dery at financialarch.com. And Locked On Lions, just go to lockedonlions.com, wherever you get your podcasts, type it in on YouTube or Apple, Spotify. Daily show, as you know, Chris, we do it Monday through Friday. Have an episode coming out today, and even in the off season, we're talking Lions every day.
And the Canadian Football League starting up training camp already as well. And the CFL has made a lot of changes, getting rid of the goalposts. They're moving them to the back of the end zones. They're getting rid of the 55-yard line. And a lot of the CFL fans here are not happy with the changes. But as media, I'm going to keep an open mind and see how these changes work as well. They're trying to get the younger generation fans back into the CFL.
When I think CFL, I think of one man, and that is our friend, Mike K. Cook, Mike and Meg show on AM 800.
Yes.
When I ever have a CFL question, I always go to Mike. I defer to him. He knows it all.
Yes, and I love being with the Toronto Argonauts as well. And hey, I get the best of worlds here, Matt. I get the CFL, the NFL, and college football. So I get football about 10 months of the year.
Oh, you love it. I love that, Chris.
Absolutely.
Always good to see you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Matt. And when's your next Locked On Lions podcast? And
today, by the way, my friend, we will have it out today. Oh, yeah.
And I did have Trevor Thompson on my show as well. He's got a podcast, Believe in Lions. Trevor's a great guy too.
He is. I just went on Trevor's show this week. He's going to come on with me next week. Great guy. He and Glover Quinn do a great job with Believe in Lions. There's so many good Lions podcasts, and more the merrier. Give the fans the content that they want.
Absolutely. And I'll be listening to your show with Trevor. But Matt, hey, thank you so much. Continuing success with Financial Architects and Locked On Lions. And hopefully we have you back on again for a seventh appearance in the future.
Would love that, Chris. Great to see you.
Thanks so much, Matt. Have a great day.
You too, bud.
All right, everyone. That wraps up season 13, episode 47 overall. 407 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Again, that was my guest, Matt Dery from Financial Architects, and he's also the host of the Locked On Lions podcast. And again, I do apologize for the technical glitch at the beginning of our show. I did another show earlier this morning with Brad Bisbing, the assistant general manager of the Buffalo Bisons, and I had another page open, and that caused some audio feedback. So I want to say thank you to Brad Bisbing and Matt Dery for coming on our show today. And as we wrap up the show, guys, I have another announcement to make, and that is the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by BarryCollin.com, is going to take place on Monday, May 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, with special guest, her third appearance, Morgan Parrish from Fox 29 in Philadelphia. She's a reporter and anchor. So Morgan is going to come on and talk about the latest news and stories and interviews she's been doing in Philadelphia, and maybe talk a little bit about the Philadelphia 76ers, the Philadelphia Flyers, and a little bit about the Philadelphia Eagles as well. So Monday, May 11th, 1 p.m. with special guest Morgan Parrish from Fox 29 News in Philadelphia. And as we wrap up the show, guys, I'm going to play a little clip I did from Indulge Ice Cream. Indulge Ice Cream is located at 5 Water Street in Cambridge and also at 10 Queen Street East in Hustler Village. And this is a little clip courtesy of my YouTube channel, Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. Subscribe, like, and share. Palme here at Indulge Ice Cream here in Hustler Village in Cambridge, I believe on 10 Queen Street. And I am trying one of their new ice cream flavors, and I'm excited to try it. Banana cream pie, and I believe it's by Shaw Ice Cream. If you like banana cream pie, you'll love the banana cream pie ice cream here at Indulge. Check them out. That clip was courtesy of my YouTube channel, Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. And if you like great ice cream, check out their website, indulgeicecream.ca, or go to Indulge Ice Cream at 10 Queen Street in Cambridge or 5 Water Street in Cambridge as well. And the banana cream pie ice cream was worth it as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, I had a new video made and I wanted to get your thoughts. I'm going to play it right now, whether I should use it or not. And my friend Marlene made this video, my opening video. So I want to get your thoughts, guys. Put some comments in the comment section or send me a DM on social media. I'm going to play this potential new opening video for my show here as well. 1 second.
Chris Palme Talk Show by Dery Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, a weekly entertainment talk show live on YouTube, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and available on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and wherever podcasts are available. And now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Just thoughts on that video as well. So I was looking to change it up, and my friend Marlene made that video as well. By the way, guys, right now, the Cambridge District Humane Society will offer financial assistance to owners of pets who are unable to afford the veterinarian expenses associated with a medical emergency. Animal intakes grow annually at the Cambridge District Humane Society. Many animals that are surrendered to the shelter arrive from loving families who cannot afford their care during emergency situations. The compassion program at the Cambridge District Humane Society will assist those people in our community who are financially marginalized pet owners to help their pets when they would be otherwise faced with surrender. The goal of the compassion program at the Cambridge District Humane Society will be to help loving families keep their pets in their home, which is in the best interest of the animals and our community. The Cambridge District Humane Society will work to promote helping pet owners keep their animals through proactive and responsive strategies, which include the following programs. Compassion Program one-time funding for emergency veterinarian care. You can call the Cambridge District Humane Society at 519-623-7722 extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org, for more information on the compassion program as well. Speaking of the Cambridge District Humane Society, I will be there this afternoon as a dog walker. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society, located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the pets that are up for adoption, their profiles and their pictures and information are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. Michelle and her staff do a great job in looking after our homeless furry friends at the Cambridge District Humane Society and ensuring they get adopted into good homes with good families as well. So at the Cambridge District Humane Society, you can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it. So if you're looking to adopt a pet, please check out the Cambridge District Humane Society. To book an appointment to see an animal, a cat or a dog or a pet, 519-623-7722, extension 0, and ask for cat as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, right now at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, there's an invention. Right now at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, there's an adventure starts with an EV health check package. Each package includes a complimentary barbecue utensil, includes a 12-volt battery condition check, a 70-point vehicle health check, a tire rotation, underbody wash for $239.99 plus taxes for EV cars and trucks. More details at barrycullen.com or call the dealership at 519-824-0210. This offer of an Adventure Starts EV health check expires on May 31st, 2026. So before May 31st, 2026, and you have an EV vehicle, consider getting an Adventure Starts EV health check at Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Again, you can get a free barbecue utensil, again, a 12-volt battery condition check, a 70-point vehicle health check, tire rotation, underbody wash for just $239.99. So check out barrycullen.com for more information, or pop by the dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. And again, Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership is a proud sponsor and advertiser of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And as we wrap up this show, guys, if you'd like a personalized video message with Mother's Day coming here on Sunday, May 10th, what a better way to give your mom a Mother's Day gift with a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP. Go to cameo.com and type in Chris Palme. I do happy Mother's Day wishes, happy birthday, happy Hanukkah, congratulations, anything within reason. So for Mother's Day, why not get your mother a video message from yours truly, CDP? So look forward to doing your cameos today. Again, cameo.com/Chris Palme, and make sure you book a Mother's Day cameo for me, yours truly. And as we wrap up the show, guys, you can also follow me on Blue Sky Social. Blue Sky Social is what Twitter used to be like, at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. And I am trying to figure out how to live stream through TikTok here as well. Please check out my revised website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. Again, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. All my social media sites are there. You can watch and listen to my past episodes with my past guests, and all my media content is there as well. So go to beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme to check out my media content. You can also follow this content creator on TikTok at Chris Palme. I post a lot of content there, so go check my TikTok page out at Chris Palme. Follow, like, and share on TikTok. StreamYard, again, is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars, live streaming, or podcasting, go to StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I have. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com and contact our sales department for pricing as well. Yours truly, CDP, has been with StreamYard.com now for over 5 years, and I give them a big thumbs up. So if you're looking to do a podcast, a webinar, or live streaming, StreamYard.com. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. And please remember to subscribe, like, and share. And I want to say thank you to 82 countries around the world for listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show on these audio platforms. And I've just recently reached over 12,000 downloads and streams on Spotify. So thank you to the audience for watching the show live stream or on my audio platforms as well. Finally, guys, you can email the show live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpome19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to support my YouTube channel and my 3 talk shows, and you really like my media work, I am on paypal.com. Go to paypal.com at Chris Pame if you'd like to contribute to my YouTube channel and my media work, or book a personalized video message from yours truly on cameo.com/Chris Pame. Finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, X, Threads, Blue Sky, Social, Instagram, everywhere except for Snapchat. And remember to check out my YouTube channel, Chris Pame Live with CDP Talk Show. Subscribe, like, and share. And I also have a YouTube Shorts channel as well. And again, I want to say thank you to you, the audience, for watching this show on live streaming or audio platforms. And thank you to my wonderful guests. And of course, to Dery Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, who has sponsored and advertised on this show for the last 3.5 years and counting. And again, thank you to my guests this morning, Brad Bisbing, the assistant general manager of the Buffalo Bisons, the top farm team of the Toronto Blue Jays, and Matt Dery from Financial Architects in Michigan, an investment firm. And he's also the longtime host of the Locked On Lions podcast as well. And we got baseball tonight. The Tigers are on the road taking on the Kansas City Royals. The Tigers are now 18-20, so hopefully they can get a win tonight against Kansas City. And the Detroit Pistons are back in action for Game 3 on Saturday at 3 p.m. in Cleveland at the Rocket Arena when they take on the Cavaliers as well. And NBA tonight, I believe we have the Sixers and Knicks tonight, Game 3 from Philadelphia. And last night, Carolina defeated the Flyers 4-1. So Carolina's up 3-0 in that series. And more Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. We've got the Sabres and Montreal Canadiens at 7 o'clock tonight at the KeyBank Center. The Sabres are coming off a big 4-2 win in Game 1 as well. So the Sabres game you can listen to on WGR 550. Pre-game, I believe, will be 6 o'clock with Mike Schoaf and Chris Parker, the Bulldog. And also Dan Dunleavy and Rob Ray will have the call on WGR 550 tonight as well. And the Buffalo Bisons are back in action tonight, I believe at 6:45 against the Lehigh Value Iron Pigs, the top farm team of the Philadelphia Phillies. You can listen to that game on 1520 The Bet. In Buffalo is Pat Malacaro, the longtime voice of the Buffalo Bisons as well. And that is about it, guys. I have done 3 shows in the last 24 hours. Jessica Vaunters, Brad Bisbing, and now Matt Dery as well. And please check out Matt Dery on his X page as well. And I will post his feed on here before we wrap this show up as well. And that's it. And we've got National Lacrosse League playoffs this week. You've got Georgia and Halifax playing Game 2 in Halifax. Georgia's is trailing that series 1-0 to Halifax. So the Halifax Thunderbirds just need one win at home, either in Game 2 or 3, to advance to the NLL Finals. And the Toronto Rock, San Diego Seals play Game 3 Saturday night, May 9th, 7 o'clock at the TD Coliseum. Go to torontorock.com for tickets. Rock and San Diego, and the winner will go to the NLL Finals. And this is the first time since 2014 the NLL Finals will not include Buffalo or the Saskatchewan Rush as well. So it's going to be a great weekend for Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA playoffs, and of course the National Lacrosse League playoffs and Major League Baseball as well. And as we wrap this show up, guys, I will be back doing a little bit of training camp coverage, freelance training camp coverage of the Toronto Argonauts, who are back in Guelph for their yearly training camp. And they will be here a little bit longer this year due to the World Cup taking over BMO Field this summer as well. So check out my media content on Sunday. I will be down at Alumni Stadium and probably doing a couple interviews with some Toronto Argonauts as well, thanks to their manager of media communications, Chris Belinovich, as well. And it will be nice to see everybody back. And also my co-host Nick Small from the Argo Bounce podcast show should be there Sunday as well. Again, thank you to my guests this morning, Brad Bisbing and Matt Dery. And thank you to the audience for watching and listening to the show, and to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the sports, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you back here Monday, May 11th at 1 p.m. with Morgan Parrish from Fox 29 in Philadelphia. Have a great weekend, everybody, and go Pistons.